It was a dark summer's eve.
Or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, dude.
And it's February and it's fucking freezing.
You know what? Now I don't feel bad about this. That's right. Friday the 13th for the NES. Because after all, today is Friday the 13th. Or, unless of course, as usual, I missed my own deadline, then this is my 13th episode, so it kinda counts for something, right? Hey, I just broke the fourth wall.
The hell is this kid talking about?
You've never heard the term breaking the fourth wall. It means like I'm talking to the audience.
So the audience is a wall?
Yeah, it's like the phrase, if these walls could talk. In this case, the walls do talk, because Aaron's talking back to them.
What the hell does that to do with breaking walls? Oh, I get it. These walls can talk, like Mark said. Oh, and they must be saying that Aaron's not funny, and he's getting pissed. So he's gonna stop breaking them.
Well, he doesn't break all the walls.
Yeah, just that one.
Wait a second, why that specific wall?
'Cause that's the fourth wall in the room.
So wait, so that's the only wall talking?
Well, actually it's kind of a turn of phrase.
How the hell do you turn a phrase?
You guys are fucking idiots. It's a figure of speech. You know what, just forget it. Can we please play this game that's like 30 years old? No, I shouldn't even be here. I'm supposed to be in class.
So one could say you're cutting class? 1989, starring Brad Pitt.
He just broke the fourth wall!
Nope, no, absolutely fucking not. Shut up.
Well, alrighty then. Let's move on, I guess. Before we tear this game a new asshole, let's discuss the cartridge art. The game is called simply Friday the 13th, signifying it's the first video game based on the franchise. But if you follow the canon of the films, shouldn't Jason look like this? Or this? The game's title leads you to think it's based on the first film, so it shouldn't even feature Jason as the antagonist. It should be his mother. The still shot of Jason they used, I'm pretty sure, is from the 7th movie. Clearly not the first, as we just clarified. And why the fuck is he surrounded by a nauseating rainbow of neon diarrhea? But worst of all, speaking of rainbows, here's an unwelcome familiar sight. Yep, it's an LJN game.
What the hell does that mean?
It means we're all fucked.
The opening cinematic is actually pretty damn impressive looking. But the glitz and glam end here. Let's refer again back to the cover art. Here we have Jason, all rugged, decaying, and probably smelling worse than a greasy shit stuck to a gorilla's ass hair on a hot summer day. Now surround all that filth with the bright neon background, and there you go. The cover art was a deviously clever metaphor for the horrifying interactive bits and chips resting within this plastic gray tomb. Cover up a smelly rotten piece of turd with vibrant Easter egg colors, and hopefully nobody will notice it. But after the first 30 seconds, someone's bound to ask, what's that smell?
Yeah, what is that smell?
Pardon me?
So after selecting a camp counselor, each with their own attributes that they fail to display for you anywhere in the game, we guide our character through Camp Crystal Lake. Almost immediately, you'll be jumping off the bridge of insanity over the music. Listen to how short that audio loop is. That's literally fucking 6 seconds.
Over and over and over.
Oh my god!
But then it gets worse, believe it or not.
Yeah, what is that other noise?
Well, Michael, I'm glad you asked. That's your Jason alarm. It means Jason's on the prowl, and he's about to murder one of your camp counselor friends or some of the children in one of the cabins. Now that's real nice. A video game where children are slaughtered.
But I thought in the movies he only killed the counselors. Why is he killing kids?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. It's an LJN game. That's all I can say.
Awful.
Anyway, if you want to shut that fucking alarm off, You gotta go to the map screen, find the flashing cabin, and get there before the timer reaches 0 so you can save whoever's in there with Jason. Otherwise they die, obviously. Yeah, rather than just kill his victims outright, like in the movies, apparently Jason wears a watch now and sits on his ass for like 45 seconds waiting to see if you show up or not. But let's back up a little bit and talk about that map system. Everyone's favorite thing about this dinosaur-sized hunk of shit. Whose bright idea was it to make a top-down world map for a side-scrolling horror game?
More like horrible game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Your character walks like a yard to the right, yet when you go back to check the map, it shows you've gone completely to the left, or up, or down, or any other fucking direction than the one you actually want to travel to.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus!
You know, I clogged the toilet.
Goddamn kid. Yep. Now what are we supposed to do?
You guys can continue with the review. I'll be right back.
I'll play.
The fuck? Uh-oh, Mark, there's the Jason alarm. You better be careful.
I just realized that the character in the game's name is Mark.
Oh, yeah! That looks nothing like me.
I love how in this game, Mark's head looks like a pig in a blanket.
You had to bring up food. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, Fitz, why don't you go get us something to eat?
What do I look like? A guy that's not lazy?
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What the hell did I hit?
Seriously, nobody else just saw that.
All I'm seeing is an empty belly.
Dicks.
God, this rock weapon sucks. How could he carry that many anyway?
I'm pretty sure you can get it like a knife or something that's way better.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh shit, it's Jason.
Why the hell does Jason look like the first boss from Ninja Gaiden?
The hell's a Ninja Gaiden?
Forget it.
Wait a second. I don't remember there being zombies in any of these movies.
No shit.
The zombie's about 6 feet tall, maybe. And the camp counselor is able to jump over it in one try. What's that, like 7, 8 feet in the air? Yeah, that makes sense. You don't even have to get a running start. Or what about the goddamn albino zombies that launch from the bottom of the lake? That doesn't even make sense. They're flying over the boat. It's just physically impossible. They're in the bottom of the lake, waterlogged, muscles atrophying, and then all of a sudden they can just jump 30 feet in the air? Wait a minute, why am I even analyzing this crap?
I know, you're starting to sound like Aaron.
I'm in the cabin fighting Jason, and now it's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Who the hell would take on Jason like that?
Fuck that, I could beat his ass.
Yeah, okay.
More importantly, why is Jason neon purple and baby blue? What is up with that color palette?
No shit, what grown man would dress like that?
What?
Nothing.
Okay, what did I miss?
Some bullshit physics.
That shitty rock weapon.
And, pigs and blankets.
Alright, so not much. And I don't want to know why you three are talking about pigs and blankets sitting that close together either. You can have that back, by the way.
Yeah, I'm all set with this piece of shit. I just got rid of it, literally.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Yes.
You know, that was lodged in his ass for like 6 months and then lodged in my toilet.
Yeah, whatever. I like to live dangerously.
If you say so, Mr. Dysentery. Okay, Mark, be careful. Jason's in here somewhere. He's gonna come out, and the gameplay's gonna switch and turn into...
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We get it. Alright, we already talked about this.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Alrighty then! Ah!
What does he want? I don't know. Maybe he wants to play the game because he hasn't killed us yet. Maybe it's because the Jason alarm hasn't gone off. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Hey, you wanna sit with us while we review your game? We're actually almost done.
So, Fitz, what you saying earlier about beating Jason's ass?
Nothing.
You know, I always thought Jason was just misunderstood. I mean, besides the whole mass murdering thing, he makes that pretty clear for everyone.
Yeah, I guess, camp counselors let him drown. Mom thinks he's dead, so she kills all them. Then they kill her, and in turn, he kills more camp counselors.
Yeah, Jason, we love you, but your game is total garbage. Putrid graphics and a torturous soundtrack.
Enemies make no sense.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible map system.
Oh, it's my turn? Game sucks.
It really does suck, and in no way follows any of the films. Except for the fact that everyone fucking dies. Oh, I'm sorry, it does follow the films. After getting lost in a cave for about 20 minutes, you fight Mrs. Voorhees' floating head. What? Yeah, remember that part in the movie? In any of the fucking movies? And she killed me. Wonderful, big surprise. Alright, fuck this game, fuck LJN, and fuck you, Mrs. Voorhees, you stupid, dead, decapitated bitch.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, that was nice! Yeah, you assholes, just leave me here bleeding. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. I might make it after all. Oh no! I think that did it.
What's all that noise?
Oh shit!
What are we gonna do? I don't know! Why is the fucking music still playing?
Why do you still have the fucking controller?
Quick, pause the game! Good idea!
What the hell did you do?
I paused the game!
No, you didn't. You shut off the whole episode.
Oh shit, I must have pressed the wrong button! Well, put it back on!
Yeah, for Christ's sake, put it on.
Jesus, alright!
Fucking old video games.
Gotta get that thing fixed. Oh! Let's roll.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Oh no, not again.
What the fuck? Why am I here? I don't even play video games.
Shut up!
No, fuck you. I had so much more I wanted to do in life, and I'm gonna die here, and it's all your fault.
My fault? You're the one that said shit about his mother.
Fuck you, that was you, dumbass.
Oh yeah.
Ah! You know what? I got this.
Dude, that's Jason fucking Voorhees.
Are you kidding me? Look it's one of our stupid friggin' friends in a costume.
Shut up! You just broke the fourth wall!
No, he didn't!
You know what? Go right ahead, knock yourself out. I'm gonna step out of frame and wait and see what happens.
You do that. At least I'll leave a beautiful corpse.
You killed my friends! You rainbow, pastel, pixelated pussy motherfucker! Wait, Jason doesn't use guns? Wait a minute, asshole. I'm taking you with me. I know your one weakness. Water. Burn, baby, burn! Dylan, you son of a bitch! Rosebud, motherfucker! Rosebud! And then the lights went out, like the dying heartbeat of a little girl. It was like a stranger had a key, came inside my mind, and started moving my things around. I don't remember much, but I woke up sometime later to a more enlightened inner self that I hadn't felt in a long time. Time, what a fascinating concept. So much time. People waste so much fucking time caring about their own status. I am Aaron's isolation addiction. Nobody gives a shit about the clothes we wear, the fancy restaurants we dine at, or the tuition-spoken words that ooze from our lips like a rusty sink. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. Eat, consume, conform, repeat. It's like society molds us into some ugly, stitched-together abomination. Well, fuck that. Fuck what they want. I say be your own fucking Frankenstein.
Whoa! Talk about a tangent. It does piss me off, though, when people use their belongings as a status pedestal for themselves, like their own pat on the back. Like, let's take video games, for example. There's a library of thousands of games that go by rarity and sometimes goodness and not so goodness. But people will take out loans and shit or sell their souls for these interactive pieces of plastic. But instead, they don't entertain themselves with it. They'll spend a fortune on a box. It's a box. Oh, I'm gonna fucking, instead of buying a car, well, you don't need a car either, but I'm gonna fucking buy a box. Yeah, I'm gonna complete my collection of a box. These are games to be played with, not to be displayed and never touched.
I am Aaron's...
Ah!
I am Aaron's splitting headache.
Fight Club. A fantastic coming-of-ages film and book about true masculinity, anti-consumerism, and basically a wake-up call to a society that seems to always want to keep us beaten down. The movie changed my life. I remember leaving the theater and immediately wanting to start my own fight club. I mean, come on, who didn't? But for those of us that didn't, I got good news for you. They made a video game adaptation. Take the Fight Club premise and apply it to a video game. How could they go wrong? Let's find out.
Well, let's begin with the game's story mode, I guess. If you thought it would follow the film at all, maybe let you play as the narrator, you know, Ed Norton's character, and guide him through his quest on self-discovery and enlightenment, guess again. Nope, you play as some random throwaway character that you get to name, but that's about as far as the customization goes. Yeah, so our random character just goes on some mission to stop Tyler, I guess, from enacting Project Mayhem, interacting with characters from the film along the way, or something like that. Who cares, just watch the fucking movie, or read the book. But yeah, the game's plot, I really have no idea what's going on. And that's just one thing that pisses me off. So here's two more. Take a look at the game's thrilling cutscenes. Yep. That's not me doing any pause editing cuts or anything. There's zero animation or action. Remember the Aquaman game, anybody? Well, this game follows the same bland formula. But Fight Club's cinematics have one big improvement over Aquaman's. The character still shots actually talk to each other. Holy shit. The dialogue is ridiculously and painfully dull. Here, listen.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking for Tyler Durden. I want to join the club.
Yeah? Fuck off. We're not taking applications from losers. Beat it.
Ho ho ho, you sure told him, Jared Leto. The other thing that pisses me off is that every fight so far has been mainly that. Just a fight. No objective, just kick the shit out of a guy and then move on. Until we meet Chemical Guy. Who? They couldn't have thought of a better name? Or even an actual fucking name? Like Dick, Harold, or Phil? Nope. It's just Chemical Guy. Anyway, we're supposed to break Chemical Guy's arm, and the game won't let you progress unless you meet that specific condition. Only one problem. How the fuck do I do that? It didn't give me an on-screen prompt before the fight or anything. Alright, so let's check the instruction manual. I don't know, I don't really see anything in here. Alright, so you'd think to pause the game, it'd bring up a move list or something? Nope. You have to exit the entire game, go to training mode, which is the only way to view your character's moves. How the fuck does that make sense? How fucking long is this move list? Where do I even begin to look? Who can remember all of this shit? I haven't been this lost since fucking Karate Champ. Alright, fuck this. Looks like it's time to ask the internet as usual. The internet should be referred to for like tips and tricks, not general necessities of a fucking video game's dynamics. What a piece of fucking shit. Anyway, turns out you press X and A or Y and B together when your opponent's health is in the caution state, and that's how you break their limbs. It's about fucking time. The game shows a painful X-ray effect when the bone breaks, kinda like in the Mortal Kombat game from a few years ago. Alright, now we can finally fucking move on, back to story mode. Still no idea what's going on.
He doesn't know. He has no idea. You really have no idea, do you?
Is this game seriously fucking with me?
You don't, do you?
Predictably, the last boss is Tyler, who's really the narrator, who, in the book and film, goes mostly unnamed, until it's revealed he's actually Tyler, though he refers to himself in the third person as Jack, hence the quotation marks around the name Jack in the game. Side note, in the book it's Joe, not Jack, in case you care. What the fuck, I just confused the shit out of myself. Never mind, I'm sorry. It makes sense if you're a fan of the source material like myself. Speaking of which, I probably should have said a spoiler alert, but fuck it. What do I look like? Someone that gives a shit? And here we are at the credit scroll already. That took about 15 minutes, including the 13 minutes it took to break Chemical Guy's fucking arm. I am Aaron's splintered patience. So after that, the game... Fred's been unlocked. Fred who?
No. No. Fred Durst is in the game? I hate Fred Durst!
Way back in the early 2000s, this bro was on top of the music scene with his band Limp Dick. I mean Limp Bizkit. What kind of a name is that anyway? So anyway, I read in this interview in a magazine years ago that this idiot was shitting all over Marilyn Manson and Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. Two of my idols. Yeah, I know, explains a lot about me. I'm ashamed to admit, at one time, I owned one Limp Bizkit album. And after reading that interview, with him bashing everyone, I went outside of my parents' house, smashed the CD into the ground, and then urinated all over it for the next few days.
I don't have anger issues, I swear.
Come to think of it, I also remember Fred Durst being in a WWF SmackDown game from ages ago, and I went out of my way to change all his moves to, like, girly attacks and animations, and all he had was this, like, bitch slap attack, rendering him useless. Who the hell does something like that?
I never said I didn't have issues in general.
Alright, back to Fight Club. There's plain old arcade mode where you play as whoever you want, like Raymond the veterinarian, Jack's boss from his insurance job, and what the fuck? Abraham Lincoln? Oh, from the scene where Tyler tells Jack he'd kick Abe Lincoln's ass. That's fucking funny as hell. Interestingly, many of the film's cast reprised their roles for the video game. Even Meatloaf. Like a bat out of hell! One strange thing I gotta note, there's no in-game voices or any vocal interactivity for the fighters, yet the characters move their mouths as if voiceovers were originally meant to be implemented, but the developers forgot to put them in, so instead the characters just mime like idiots. Why spend the money to bring all these actors in and not use their voices during gameplay? I am Aaron's increasing urge to throw something across the room. I've already touched on how there's a shit ton of moves for each character, but I usually just find myself mashing buttons, or using the same combos over and over because the brain-dead AI lets it happen. Speaking of attacks, if you want to check your character's move list anywhere during gameplay, you guessed it, gotta go all the way back to training mode because it's nowhere else to be found. Fucking asinine! Come on! This was around 2004-ish, and with plenty of other options for fighting games out at the time, it's pretty hard to recommend this turd. You'd probably have a better time fighting yourself. The film and book were brilliant social commentaries that used brutal violence as a metaphor for layers of deep undertones within the story, about a generation raised to worship mass commercialization as a parenting role. Obviously, these were overlooked and ignored by the general public and media outlets, who chose to instead focus solely on the violence. And sadly, that's what this game chose to do as well. It's almost some fucked up twist of fate. The game used its subject matter as a marketing tool to lure consumers in. Well, they missed the point, and a few other things. It's as if they said, it's about fighting, and clubs, and stuff, and men fighting. Yeah, there you go. Fight Club the video game. Just another shallow, empty, licensed cash grab. We all may be from the same compost heap, but as gamers, we shouldn't have to stand for this type of electronic fertilizer. I am Aaron's rebellious vocal cords.
Yeah, I know. Don't talk about Fight Club. Be like Groucho Marx. This club, you don't want to be a part of. Tell your friends. Tell all your friends to stay far, far away. Don't ask questions. Just go all Project Mayhem on this piece of shit. It's been a while since I reviewed a comic book related video game. Let's change that. How about today we talk about this piece of bat guano? That means shit. Batman Forever. So this one's also a movie-based game. And if gaming history has taught us anything, that means it's garbage. And within the first 5 seconds, yup, there's already some issues I gotta address. Why did the developers opt for a Mortal Kombat style with digitized actors? This was the mid-90s, and that digitized graphics thing was everywhere, but does it really have a place in a side-scrolling beat-em-up? They even mimic the control scheme straight from Mortal Kombat. You know, low kick, low punch, high punch, and all that shit. So after I'd say another 15 seconds go by, you get stuck in this room, jumping all over the place. Oh, that's another thing. Since this bipolar game can't decide if it wants to be Brawl Brothers or Mortal Kombat, it makes things more complex by making you press up on the D-pad to jump. Now in a fighting game, that wouldn't be a problem, because you're limited to one screen for your battle to take place within. So it's a better fit for maneuverability in that genre. But not in a fucking side-scrolling game. Just walking around becomes a challenge, because your finger might slip a little bit and press up on the D-pad, causing you to jump for no reason. Fucking stupid. Wait, while we're on that subject, Street Combat was a fighting game that had a fucking jump button instead of pressing up. And now we have a beat 'em up with no jump button and instead makes you press up. Fucking crazy ass 90s games. And somehow Batman just shot out Neon Predator jizz. Yeah, I'm lost. Well, shortest episode ever. Who the hell could that be? Damn doorbell ditching dumbass kids!
You know what a Harvey is?
What the fuck? Shouldn't you be locked up in Arkham Asylum or something like that?
Well, see, I just busted out yesterday, and it was all part of the plan.
What plan?
You know, I really don't know where I was going with that.
Well, what do you want?
Well, Word on the Street is that you're playing one of those video games with the Batman.
What? Oh, you mean the review I'm working on? How the hell did you know about that? Holy shit! The Joker watches my videos.
Oh, don't be silly. Nobody watches those.
Alright, well, what do you say we play this shitty Batman game together?
Well, don't mind if I do.
Good, because this segment was starting to run a little long.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
No, not really. What the fuck? Stop pushing buttons! Dude, cut the shit!
Well, excuse me, princess.
Alright, you know what? You be Robin.
I wanna be the little black bat!
No.
Why?
Because you're the Joker, you can't be Batman. That would be like a conflict of interest or something like that.
Fine. Jeez. Why so serious?
Just shut up and wait a minute. We can't move past each other? Are you fucking kidding me? It's been 2 seconds into gameplay and I'm already even more pissed off than I was before. You're telling me 2 character sprites in a side-scrolling game can't occupy the same digital space. So in a situation where the other player wants to be an asshole, like you are now, and just stands in the way, you can't walk past him. Robin's main attack looks like he's pulling out a fucking measuring tape. Or he's trying to do a whip-it dance or something like that.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Dude, you can't quote the Jack Nicholson Joker if you're supposed to be the Heath Ledger Joker. And now Batman's giving Robin a fucking back massage?
You know, Mr. Strange, I just got back from a bank heist in Gotham. My shoulders are feeling kind of tense. Do you think maybe you could,
No! So now we're both back to where I was stuck before, trying to jump like idiots to that unreachable hole up above us. Pressing every button the Super Nintendo controller has... How the fuck did you do that?
I pressed one of the buttons.
Yeah, I can see that. Which one?
This one!
The fucking select button? Are you serious?
Why so serious?
Not now. We need to address this control scheme.
Don't cross the streams!
What the fuck? What is this? Ballet? Stop fucking around. I got a review to do. So these controls are fucked. To actually use the grappling hook to climb straight up, you can't simply press the already out of the way select button. Because just pressing the button itself shoots the grappling hook at an angle, making you swing around. To shoot straight up, you have to press up on the D-pad and select together. Which means you gotta stretch your right thumb all the way over to the select button because your left thumb's busy using the D-pad. That might not sound like that big of a deal, but try playing this and trust me, you'll see for yourself it's a big fucking deal. And as if it couldn't get worse, to climb down from a hole to drop to the next screen, you gotta press down and R. The fuck? And if one player drops down before the other player, who's ever on the bottom gets lost from view and then gets automatically launched back up. So both players have to press the same buttons at the exact same time, and this game doesn't care. You both need to be precise as fuck. Believe me, it's not easy, because there's some weird finicky lag between pressing R and down. I can't explain it. Together, on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What the fuck? Are you even trying?
No, not really.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, it's about fucking time. I love how the foreground eats up almost the entirety of the screen, obstructing the action most of the time. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Another fantastic thing is when an enemy throws you into another room. The game loads the next screen, then you gotta get up, walk back into the doorway that the bad guy threw you into, and wait for it to fucking load again. And now you're back into action. And on top of it all, it says hold on. The fuck? Don't tell me what to do! In case you got lost in that massive rant, a 16-bit cartridge has to fucking load. You just love this shit, don't you?
Well, it's all part of the plan.
What plan? Stop saying that! How about we wrap up this shitty game? How's that for a plan?
Brilliant! I was thinking the same thing. Almost like we share the same mind. Kind of like as if you complete me.
No! Nope, it's not like that at all. Here's a nice little abridged version of what else this game has to offer. There's a circus filled with kinky pinkies, creepy-ass douchebag clowns. Sorry. We also got cameos by Rey Mysterio, in addition to the other lame-ass enemies recycled 100 times through each stage. There's giant AT-AT legs you gotta avoid, enemies that suck you into black holes like in a fucking Looney Tune cartoon. Oh, there's a tongue twister. But the one that really boils bat balls is when you reach this acid pit. Probably another rip from Mortal Kombat. If one player dies in the pit, you respawn back inside the acid. Fucking brilliant. And of course, if the other player stands on the ledge closest to the pit, you can't get out. Because again, the character sprites can't move through each other. Come on, move it, asshole! Alright, well somehow we made it to Two-Face, who's cheap as fuck, and there's some chick in a dress in the background.
Well, hello, beautiful.
You can't get with a chick like that.
Is it the scars?
No, she's a digitized actress from this awful game that came out 20 years ago. Now we fight Big Riddle? Did that happen in the movie?
You know, I don't remember, but I do remember where I got these scars.
Would you drop that already? And now Batman's back is being broken in midair?
Talk about a glitchy piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the spirit. We all saw the footage. Batman's being raped by a poltergeist. Then it's on to regular Jim Carrey Riddler, shooting chestbursters out like in the Alien movies.
Well, holy shitballs!
You said it. Holy hell, we just beat the game.
Oh, that was a lousy ending.
What a waste of fucking time.
Why don't we, introduce a little, anarchy?
There's an option to have the players do damage to each other? This game's already a clusterfuck as it is. Why the hell would you want to do that? That's like in Battletoads and shit. This just overcomplicates the hectic action. Like in this progressive circus stage. Good luck keeping up with each other. What the fuck? Stop knocking me off, asshole! Alright, I've had enough. I'm calling Commissioner Gordon. Time for you to screw, Joker.
You know, you remind me of my father. I hated my father!
Hey, look, it's Harley Quinn! You are one crazy fuck, you know that? Look at what I found. Now I'm a Batman. Get it?
You're the Bat. You're the Bat, Strange. You're the Bat. You're the Bat. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
Those are mine, you asshole.
Oh, here you go, pal.
Thank you. Dirty son of a bitch!
Let's put a smile on that face.
Oh shit. Whoa! Whoa! Do not blow up my house. There are some decent video games in my room. Wait a minute, why are we fighting each other when we should be taking it out on the shitty game?
I like it!
Yeah, let's make an orphan out of this piece of shit. Batman forever!
Forever my ass!
You're damn right! Relax. That's some fine work.
Well, thank you. If you ever need me again to destroy another shitty game, here's my card.
This is one of my old tattoo cards, you idiot!
The early 90s saw a sudden explosion of comic books. The fuckers were everywhere. You had your obvious superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, the X-Men. Yeah, when it comes to comics, everything's man. Personally, I was more into the whacked out, obscure stuff, like Death's Head, who's some fucked up cyborg in kinda like a sci-fi setting. I don't know why, I just love that guy. Ugh. These old comic books smell like shit. Most superheroes live by some sort of moral code, upholding justice, saving the day so everyone can go to sleep at night, and all that shit. Until a young Todd McFarlane left Marvel Comics and unleashed his balls-to-the-walls anti-hero, Spawn, to all of us misunderstood, grungy 90s teens.
Spawn was fucking awesome. Forget all those other goody-goodies. If you fuck with Al Simmons, aka Spawn, he's not taking you to jail. He's pulling out your fucking intestines, shoving them down your throat, and then pulling them through your ass again.
Hell, in one of the earliest issues, he mutilates a child molester who drives an ice cream truck. No, we're not talking about Sweet Tooth. He's too busy looking for paper bags and shit. Anyway, even if you're a dumbass like me with terrible ADD who has no attention span and can't sit still for longer than 3 seconds to take in a plot, at least the characters and pictures were cool as shit to look at. Of course, some of the best comic book characters have great backstories, and Spawn's was badass. Basically, Al Simmons was an assassin, died, went to hell, made a deal with the devil, in this case Malbolgia, and was brought back to the land of the living as a hellspawn to do Malbolgia's bidding. But instead, Spawn tells him to go fuck himself. There's a lot more to it, but Spawn's origins have been narrated and discussed for the past 20 years, and besides, Google and Wikipedia are just a click away. Or, better yet, go grab some of the comic books. In addition to comics, Todd McFarlane's Spawn empire has entered other forms of media, like animation, a live-action film, highly successful action figures, and lastly, video games, which is what we're gonna take a look at today. I got a bunch of Spawn video games we're gonna play.
Some I remember, some I don't. But let's see how that edgy, burnt to a crisp, badass motherfucker fared on the Game Boy Color.
Alrighty, well, we're 30 seconds in, and Spawn just shot a dog. Holy shit. I seriously have no idea what to expect from here on out. The graphics aren't phenomenal, but they're really not that bad. Plus, it's on a handheld system, so it gets a pass. The animation is pretty smooth. Character sprites have all kinds of little details, though the faces are emotionless like mannequins and freaky as hell. Why is this guy shirtless for no reason? Before I move on, we gotta talk about the controls. Good God, the jumping sucks Astaroth's ass. Tapping the jump button is the short quick jump, while holding it down is a longer higher one. But because of this, there's a slight delay, which is hard to explain unless you play it yourself. It's not really that big of a deal, except for here, where I can't get my jump timing right and I keep flying off these fucking scaffolds while trying to get up the building. Fuck! Oh my god! Oh, and of course, the enemies respawn and get in your way and knock you back down. Ugh! Oh my fucking god. Another thing that's bullshit is you can't jump and shoot, because Spawn does this weird glide jump kick when you press the attack button in midair, so that just fucks things up more for these platforming segments. Speaking of guns and shooting, Spawn starts barehanded, but when you find a firearm, they're displayed with just a simple letter. Like, here, the letter G, meaning just plain old gun, I guess. I don't know. This is coming from Konami, who uses the whole alphabet for weapons in their Contra games, so it's only appropriate. And again, it's Game Boy Color, so, like I said, it gets a pass. The game follows a Mega Man style where you select what stages you want to do in any order. I like the motorcycle level on the highway. It's a nice breakaway from the rest of the stages, which are all on foot. But I can't stand these fat biker fucks who don't even have an attack. They just get in the way, as if saying, hey, Spawn, come smell my ass sweat situation. Come on, get out of the way, you fat assholes. What the fuck? There's also these Speedo wearing guys in the background on jet skis trying to hit you with their missiles. That didn't sound right at all, did it? The boss is that child molester from the comics I mentioned before, Billy Kincaid. But this particular battle raises 3 questions I gotta ask. Number 1, why is he throwing canisters containing the evil dwarves from Phantasm? Number 2, why is it so fucking hard to line up my fucking shots? God, hold still, you asshole! Which leads to my 3rd question. Who the fuck is driving the truck? Hey, that rhymed! Most of the cast from the comics make an appearance. Jessica Priest, Clown, Overkill, and Tremor, who's all hopped up on sugar, or PCP. I don't know, one or the other. Or maybe both. Jesus, sit still, asshole! We also got the Curse, who looks more like Dr. Doom. Oh, there's the evil dwarves from Phantasm. That's where they came from. Yeah, the tall man must have made some business deal with Billy Kincaid and Curse. I gotta point out the little environmental details thrown in. Like right here, I'm pretty sure that movie poster is from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. But what's with these barrels? Who the hell stacks that many barrels that high, just randomly next to a building? There's tons of graffiti everywhere. The developers must have been big fans of the band Korn. Taco Taco, and wait a minute.
Is that the... Oh god, the Illuminati!
Is that a hooker? What? Spawn just punched a hooker in the vagina. This game is winning me over. By the way, you may want to wash your hands after that, Spawn. Beat all the main stages, and no ending because I have to play the hard mode. Of course. Typical Konami. Well, if you do up the difficulty, it pays off. Spawn rips Heaven a new asshole, free falls all the way down to hell, but first fights some 80s metal looking guy who summons guys who ram shopping carts into you. Okay. Wow, those demons in hell have good taste in music. Okay, so we fight Clown again, this time he's the Violator. Move on to Malbolgia, and then game over after we fry his ass. You know what? Not bad. I gotta be honest, I was ready to rip all over this game, but going into it with no expectations, it's actually a pretty fun little son of a bitch. Well, that was on the itty-bitty Game Boy Color, so let's jump forward a few years and play on a full-fledged home console. Spawn Armageddon. This was on GameCube, PS2, and original Xbox. So it looks like they were going for a Devil May Cry type of game. Running, gunning, slashing, and jumping all over the place. Only problem is, this is like some sort of lazy, ghetto, white trash Devil May Cry. The camera is such a pain in the ass. It's wonky as hell, and just slides all over the place. Like, here I'm trying to wall jump up this building, as if I'm Samus, and the camera keeps obscuring the... Oh, come on, get out of the way! Fucking camera! I love these on-screen tutorials that pop up and stop the action every 3 seconds. Come on, what the fuck? I want to play. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. Seriously? Who programs a game to interrupt gameplay by giving you a text prompt in the middle of performing a jump? What a piece of shit. So most of the time between battles, Spawn spends his time breaking crates and pallets of paper to solve puzzles. What a badass. You tell that fucking crate who's boss. I know it's a video game, and puzzles create longevity and such. It's just funny to see Spawn resort to moving crates and shit to find a switch so we can open a door. I feel like he'd tell these level designers to fuck off, if he wasn't dying inside. Like in other hack and slash games, Spawn has a double jump, but in this picky game, he only grabs onto ledges whenever he feels like it. What the fuck? Come on! Get up there! Get up there! You know what else is awesome? Spending 20 or 30 minutes progressing through a difficult stage, getting killed, only to discover it starts you all the way back at the start of the stage again. Bullshit. The Game Boy Color game addressed this issue perfectly. Why can't this high-tech piece of shit? Seriously, then what's the point of these green checkpoint things? Apparently they're not checkpoints. They're markers to let you know where you've already explored, so you don't waste time getting lost and accidentally backtracking. Here's a better idea. Don't make the levels confusing as fuck. Huh, but you haven't seen anything yet. Give me another 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll get back to that. If you do manage to finish a stage, you can upgrade your arsenal. All your shotguns and pistols and machine guns and shit. The gameplay is redundant as fuck. Like in the Aquaman game. Gotta clear an entire room of every single enemy before the next door unlocks. Like, look how big this opera house is. Who wants to walk that fucking far in a video game? Pain in the ass. To be fair, the pre-rendered cutscenes are good, and some of the boss fights are kinda fun. Yeah, come on, Violator, you son of a... Seriously? I'm stuck? Oh, that's just terrific. Okay, here we go again. I'm gonna kick your violating ass, Violator.
Honey, how could you?
It was easy. You're my bitch.
Damn! He just said a fucking swear.
Why are those brightly colored grapple points still in the background during the cutscenes? Kinda takes away from the game's immersion, doesn't it? Ugh, never mind, who cares? Eventually, like in the Game Boy game, Spawn makes it to heaven, and this is where those puzzles and difficult levels I mentioned before go way too fucking far. It's a space station run by angels with this big hub room and corridors with different rainbow colored portals. It's a confusing clusterfuck maze of constant backtracking and frustrating deja vu. So here's my attempt to sum up an hour-and-a-half playthrough of this bullshit. Get out your pen and paper. Okay, there's 5 of these generators in each sector, and there's 3 sectors. Leave the main hub room through one of these blue portals, and they'll take you to one of the 3 sectors. Now these sectors are basically another main hub room. Take one of the yellow portals, which takes you to a light blue portal. The light blue portals take you to one of 2 other generators, then repeat it again on the opposite side. Then take one of the red portals, that takes you to one of the purple portals, which brings you to one of the final 2 generators, because the first one was in that main hub of that sector. Not to be confused with the big main hub room. If you get stuck in the purple hallway, you can always climb back up using that ninja jump move, which will bring you back to the yellow sector to get back to the subsector's main room. Now return through the big blue portal to get back into the main area hub room, and repeat the entire process 2 more times.
Okay, I'm done. My brain feels like it's gonna fucking explode from that shit. I'm done.
I failed.
Let's take a quick look at the Super Nintendo game. Go back a few years before the whole 3D takeover in gaming happened.
It's been a while, but I remember this one being pretty decent. Uh-oh. Acclaim. That's not good. They were behind Batman Forever. And we all know how that worked out, don't we? Well, looky here. It's a platformer, side-scrolling beat-em-up with a jump button. You hear that, Batman? There's not a ton of bad shit to say. It's really just a good fucking game. Spawn's moves and animation are great. The enemies and level design are awesome, and the music is badass. It's kinda got that early Super Nintendo feel to it, like Contra 3 or Super Ghouls and Ghosts. The hell is that thing? Yeah, that furry thing over there. Chewbacca's squashed ballsack dyed purple? Okay, and here we have a pink hairy head with legs, with little heads on top of its main head, and it lets the little heads walk around on the ground. The fuck? Alright, there's only 2 complaints I have with the game. I hate the delay when you hit an enemy. You can't chain attacks together, you can only hit them once. So you gotta wait like 2 seconds to hit them again because they get knocked down. Come on, get up, die already. But here's the game's one massive roadblock. It's fucking hard as shit. Jumping from building to building, dodging sniper fire. Look at all this shit in my way trying to kill me. Fuck! Laser fences and guys with guns rushing at me? Christ, one thing at a time. Get away from me. I swear, everything is made out of spikes. Fuck! Bullshit death platforms. Come on, you fucking fire piece of shit. Fuck! Why does fire hurt Spawn anyway if he's from hell? And I love these environmental traps that hurt you, but not enemies. Bullshit! Okay, fuck this. Game is great, but this fucking difficulty is ridiculous. Of course, challenge is a good thing, but this game has a funny way of differentiating between that and smashing your face against the wall. But damn, is it satisfying getting past a stage that gave you hell. Literally. Alright, we've looked at 3 Spawn games, and so far, the high-tech 3D super advanced title has been the least impressive. How ironic. The age-old debate. Graphics and superior hardware don't always make better gameplay.
Well guys, I guess that's all we got time for today. All in all, I'd say that the Game Boy Color title is probably...
Why, hello there, if it isn't Curious Crispy.
What the fuck? So, what do you want?
My bull just sent me from hell to find you.
Okay, why?
Because we always hear you screaming at those shitty video games. You got a lot of rage in your kid. We could use that. So I brought this little torture device to help. To seal the deal.
Oh, fuck me.
No.
Do I really gotta play this?
Yup, but don't worry, kid, I'm here for you. Just think of me as your guardian angel clown from hell. I'll be Clarence, you be Jimmy Stewart. Every time someone farts, a demon gets its wings. Oh, quadruplets. Oh, a wet one.
You did not just shit yourself in my game room.
I love this guy. Love this guy.
Get away from me, you fudge-packing midget.
Ow.
Well, here we are, and hell has never looked more pixelated.
I really like what my bull just done with the place.
The controls are atrocious. Spawn moves around like a fucking tank. And he also looks like he's been doing roids for 20 years after his death. What the? And when he's sidestepping, he looks like he's doing the Cupid shuffle.
To the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the left.
Shut up!
The triangle button jumps, and square and circle are used for attacking. That is, until you get into a fight. Now the 4 main buttons are all used for attacking. No jumping anymore. It's confusing as balls, just forget it. Yeah, in case you weren't paying attention, we got a comic book licensed video game. It's 3D exploration, but switches to a fighting game whenever you get near an enemy. Sound familiar? I just love that shit. And by love, I mean hate. The stages are an unattractive, messy labyrinth, sending Spawn on fetch quests back and forth. Oh, and yet again, Spawn's relegated to breaking and shattering a legion of crates. Well, until you bump into one of these generic grunts. The combat is just really a chore, and not at all exciting. Like, there's a guy right there, but I really don't feel like getting into a fight with him. But I have to, in order to make it further into the game. Fortunately, you can save wherever you want, and jump right back into playing. Not that you'd want to. So here we are collecting keys, while being overlooked by the diarrhea sky, and fighting the same redundant thugs. Shit. I died, and of course I forgot to save, So now I gotta do that whole part with the fucking key again. All because I didn't save. Alright, here we are again. There's that son of a bitch that killed me. Better save this time. And after all that, of course, this time I kick his ass. Don't you just love sporadic enemy difficulties?
Well, you gonna answer me?
Huh?
Are you even listening?
Now I'm in a sewer. Of course. The most simplistic and claustrophobic environment, because they know it uses the least amount of textured polygons. Don't you just love pressing random switches with no hint as to what it did? I feel like a fucking rat in a maze. Hey, I just walked in on a lonely violator. What's he doing in the corner over there?
I'm playing with my necroplasm.
Careful, you don't want to go blind.
I got more tricks than a hooker.
Well, Violator didn't put up much of a fight. What a pussy. What do you have to say about that, clown?
Well, maybe it's time to switch up the game a little bit.
Oh, what? I'm doing too good now? That's not working for you? Well, you know what? You guys can take that army of yours and shove it.
Ha! That sounds like a country song. Take this army of yours and shove it. Take this army of yours and shove it. Uh-oh. You get that I want to beat the fat little guy look in your eye. Okay, let's just get back to the game.
After all those hideous sewer, subway, and city levels, we go to the Dark Ages, where Spawn kicks some midget ass.
Oh, sorry.
Man, they just tied you to that track and that stupid train just kept rolling right over you, didn't it? Just rolling right over you.
This prehistoric zone is where I draw the line. It's way too hard. And there's mutant monkeys. The fuck? I already said Spawn controls like a tank. Look at this horse shit. How am I supposed to land on these fucking platforms with this horrid jumping?
Come on, man, you can do it. S to the T to the R to the H. S to the T to the R to the H.
Shut up! I'm trying to concentrate.
Ugh, fuck.
Oh, someone's upset because they died. It went to hello my mutant, hello my carcass, hello my bug-infested corpse.
Oh my fucking god.
Did you have to use the G word? La 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 la.
Okay, one more time. This time I'm gonna get a running start. Bullshit. Complete fucking bullshit. Fuck this game.
Yeah, that's it. That's the spirit. Let's keep this potty train going.
I already played that one.
But we're having so much fun.
Fun? Does this look like Playland to you?
Yes.
Seriously though, why do I have to play?
Why? Why does everyone always ask why, when how is so much more fun?
Okay, here we go again. Back to hell. Or inside some fucked up body or something like that. Who the hell has an anatomy like this? This stomach acid shit keeps swallowing me up. Ugh, gross. What the fuck? Come on! Ugh! Impossible. Fuck! This game is beyond brutal. Again, the graphic style is really well done, and it holds up way better today compared to the more advanced PlayStation 1 game. Even from a gameplay standpoint, it's superior, and way more playable. Ugh, I take back that compliment I made about the graphics. Now it's getting fucking disgusting. What's with this fucked up boss? It's nasty and ugly as hell.
Whoa, 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 eat with that face, I'm eating there.
Oh yeah, of course, now I'm squished. Fucking bullshit. Then we move on to pain-in-the-ass mazes and more inside-out entrails and guts levels. Ugh. This shadow doppelganger version of the Redeemer guy is fucking impossible. Oh, okay, I've had enough abuse. I can't play this game anymore.
Go figure. The games are way better on the less powerful systems. Hell, I'd say the Game Boy Color title is the sleeper hit of the collection. The Super Nintendo game is fucking awesome, but it's hard as all balls.
Whoa, 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 relax.
It's like once they got to the 3D realm of gaming, Spawn went to shit. Enough from your ass!
There happens to be one hidden gem in the 3D polygonal Spawn video game family.
Spawn in the Demon's Hand for Sega Dreamcast.
Oh, that is a good one.
It's just a straight-to-the-point, arcade-style hack-and-slash shoot-'em-up with simple run-and-gun controls. There's a huge roster of unlockable characters to choose from. And again, even the Phantasm dwarves make an appearance. Want me to stop referencing Phantasm? Watch the fucking movies then, and I'll do my best.
Now saddle up, Clowny, because the best way to experience this game is old school, couch, side-by-side, co-op, arcade style.
I don't mind being short, fat, and ugly, but the pay sucks.
I don't get paid enough for this shit myself, so how can you expect to get paid? Just shut up and play.
As I said, the game's just a brainless run-through of stages, shooting and hacking and slashing everything in sight. Simple, yet enjoyable as hell.
The music is a little generic for my taste, so just fire up some 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, Ministry, or Misfits, and you're good to go.
That's the music of the devil, you know.
You know, I'm going to hell for way more reasons than the music that I like.
Alright, so I suck as a clown, sue me.
There's not much else to say. Just fight endless minions for like 10 seconds, and a boss appears. Then get ready to die over, and over, and over. Infinite lives though, so it's all good. The arenas and war zones aren't that big, but that keeps the action flowing, and it helps you from getting lost. And even if you do get lost, it's okay, because the stage's boss will find you and kill you immediately. Speaking of bosses, at the end, Malbolge is kind of a bitch. You can kill him in like one shot.
Don't tell him I said that.
There's also split-screen multiplayer deathmatch that's fun too. All the characters fucking each other up like in some hardcore battle royal.
Yeah, come on, fuckers.
Fucking bullets and swords and body parts flying all over the place. One thing that's kinda sucky though, the arenas get condensed to these simplistic blocky labyrinths if there's more than 2 players.
Yeah, this is great. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh shit, sorry.
Its gameplay reminds me of another game that came out recently, called Anarchy Reigns. It's a third-person action brawler that's pretty satisfying. Only problem is, the multiplayer is basically only gonna be you with computer-controlled bots. No split screen. Because these modern game developers today don't really care about classic couch split-screen multiplayer mayhem anymore. Yeah, I know, there's a lot going on, and the engine and frame rate can only handle so much, but fuck it, whatever. So again, you better get used to these bots, because nobody plays this game online. The lobbies are dead. Damn kids today are too busy with their Call of Duties and their make-out parties. Alright, back to Spawn.
So Clown, they used your likeness in all these games. How do you think they did?
They did awful. They made me look like a little bitch. Not a little bitch. I'm also not the Vindicator, the Vaporizer, or the Ventilator. I'm...
The Violator!
What the hell are you doing?
turning into...
The Violator!
Dude, that's not in the budget.
Ah, screw it.
Well, looks like I'm back a little sooner than I thought. Because I'm just random like that. I'm so random, I misjudge my own agendas. So random, I have a different ridiculous haircut in every single episode. I'm so random. You get the point. But since you guys are here, why don't I do a review on a random-ass video game for you guys? This time, let's go with the NES. Oh shit! Mad Max?
Before Mel Gibson was the lovable Riggs in the Lethal Weapon series, and way before making torture porn films about Jesus, Mel was a loner cop in a world gone mad. The Mad Max films are post-apocalyptic classics, combining westerns with sci-fi and having trademark scenes with long absences of dialogue, but still manages to set the looming and desolate story in a way other films struggle to perfect. The second film, Road Warrior, propelled Mel Gibson's career here in the States, and it was also a cult hit in pop culture, seeing its character's odd fashion style influence all different types of media in the 80s.
So I can't wait to get into a video game based on... Mag Max? Who the fuck is Mag Max? Well, that's just plain misleading as fuck.
I gotta say, the 11-year-old me is shitting his pants over this cover art. Look at this. A robot with a lightsaber and shield battling some armada in outer space. Damn. And with that said, let's fire this fucker up. You got a lot to live up to based on your cover, Max. Am I missing something here? The game's a typical horizontal scrolling shooter, but what sets it apart is the way you power up. Apparently, Mag Max is a hovercraft you control over various terrain in search of mechanical body parts needed to form the robot on the cover. I'm still failing to see the comparison. Like, what the fuck? Where's the damn lightsaber? But, in a way, that's the beauty of growing up with some of these older titles. A game's box art would blow you away, but the simple pixels representing the characters on your television screen would force your creativity out as a kid, to use your imagination. Like, maybe it's just me, but right here in the actual game, Max looks more like an 8-bit Master Chief, with one of those old school flash cameras from like the 1920s or 50s or whenever the hell those things came out. Oh well, who cares? When Mad Max... Sorry? When Mag Max's robot form is complete, he's a towering death machine firing from almost every angle. Even his feet. Holy shit. What a bullshit, overpowered advantage. Well, coming from an enemy's perspective, man. And people say the Mantis in Halo 4 is unbalanced. Yep, that's 2 Halo references so far. Hey, it's been like 5 or 6 episodes since I mentioned Halo, so whatever. Now you'd think having Mag Max at full power, kicking ass and walking on the ocean like Jesus fucking Christ, life would be pretty easy. But nope. I swear, completing the robot just makes you into a bigger target. Ugh. Oh, fuck. When Max starts out as the lame default hovercraft, you can only take a single hit. But finding the legs and upper body adds 2 more hit points to your life. If Max loses his upper torso, he looks like a retarded ATST. Speaking of that, of course the enemies have perfect accuracy, but Max's hitbox detection is ridiculous. You have to touch the armor pieces perfectly from underneath, or else they'll fail to connect, so you'll just have to hope they reappear later on.
How did I miss that? How? How did I miss it? How?
Oh, but of course the environmental detection is spot on. Now the torso won't connect. Come on, hello? Piece of shit. Okay, good. At least I got the legs. Alright, now this time... Oh, and see those gray shadows? Do not, I repeat, do not touch those things. They're pitfalls that pull you underground, where the game ramps up the difficulty to bullshit status. Eventually, while in the caverns, you'll find another hole. Fall through it, and it'll drop you back above ground. What is this, fucking Portal? Also, according to the world of Mag Max, a planet's outer crust is protecting a delicious cherry pie. Nobody tell that to Jason Biggs. He'll think he died and went to heaven. By the way, isn't the constantly looping soundtrack in the background amazing?
We get it!
As you can see, we fight through purple alien vaginas, pairs of pliers, and adorable little robots. Look at how cute he is, I want to give him a hug. Oh my god, and these stupid mechanical Christmas trees are cockbags. They go right for you, hoping you react by sidestepping out of the way, only to trick you by firing a cluster shot at the very last second. Cheap ass bullshit. After surviving all those unrelenting waves, Max battles Mecha Ghidra as like a sub-boss or something a couple of times. At least he's portrayed properly on the game's cover. Now, here's where things get a little deja vu-ish. Yeah, that's a real word. Shut up. We blow up the boss, you know, Mecha Ghidra, on that metal fortress, which would seem like maybe, you know, the last level, but suddenly you'll realize the terrain looks a little bit familiar. Again. And again. I'm pretty sure the game just loops itself. Right here, I finished basically 2 complete run-throughs. Or, well, what I would think is a complete run-through. Passing the enemy base, robo-dragons and everything.
Alright, fuck this. Looking it up online. Sorry, I don't own the instruction manual. Okay, so I was right. According to some of these forums, the game just infinitely repeats itself. So, yeah. Also, there's an arcade game that this version was ported from. Wow. Imagine being a little kid, playing this for like 8 straight hours at home, thinking, I gotta be near the end, I gotta be near the end, one more run through. Or, playing this in the arcade, pumping in quarter after quarter, while everyone's crowded around you laughing because the arcade's about to close for the night, and your stupid ass has been stuck here all day playing this shit. I don't know which scenario's worse. That's insane. That should be in like a Twilight Zone episode or something like that. But I do know this. At least, I never have to play this thing again in my life. What's going on? Oh no. I'm caught in a loop. Oh my god! So here we are again. Christmas time. That was a quick year. You know what else is moving along pretty damn fast? The way video games are being distributed to us gamers. Holy shit!
When I was a little kid, sitting in the living room playing Super Mario Brothers on our shitty little TV, if you told me someday in the future we'd be able to download new video games from the internet directly into our home consoles, I'd shit my fucking pants. In today's crowded gaming world, filled to the brim with huge AAA titles that can run $60 and sometimes more, it's hard to keep up, especially financially. But there's an entire other dimensional universe of video games that are usually released digitally and won't destroy your bank account. The fuckers are called indie games. No, not that indie. While the AAA games I mentioned a second ago are great, those are usually headed by a massive team of developers whose visions may get conflicted by an overzealous publisher that's only interested in nabbing those holiday sales, regardless if the finished product is actually finished.
Master Chief Collection.
Or maybe a developer's hopes for new innovations are constantly being held back because the publisher's big CEOs fear the slightest change and really just want to keep their big bonuses by maintaining safe sales numbers and care more about pleasing shareholders than consumers.
Activision!
These indie games don't really have to worry about any of those problems, because they're usually headed by a small team. But these guys don't have millions of dollars to spend on advertising or factories to manufacture their physical games. So, this is where digital distribution comes in. So I'm gonna play a fucked up indie game I found the other night on the Xbox Live Marketplace on 360. But one last thing before we get started. To buy a game online, in this case the Xbox Marketplace, you either need your credit card or one of these Microsoft points cards. Now that's all well and good, it's the future, but let's just think about this for a second. Remember waking up Christmas morning and finding all those video games Santa left under the tree for you? Unwrapping them, all that excitement, playing your new games with your family all day? Well, in the future, or just a few years from now, this is what kids are gonna find under the tree. A little green card that has invisible money that gets you an invisible game.
What the fuck? Well, whatever, it works. Evolve or die, I guess, right? Oh shit, the game.
So, surfing the depths of the search library one night, I found a game that's a cross between Squidbillies, Evil Dead, and Contra. It's called Jimbo vs. the Legion of Darkness. The name alone sold me. We play as Jimbo, I'd assume, since there really wasn't an introduction to the story, just the developer's logo at the beginning, which is horrifying. Jimbo looks like Mick Foley wearing that cut-off flannel. Have a nice day! We take Jimbo on his side-scrolling adventure, shooting the shit out of all these fucked up enemies that are actually interesting as fuck. So, this is the Legion of Doom. No, wait, that was an 80s tag team. Yeah, this is the Legion of Darkness. I keep wanting to say Army of Darkness, but fuck that. Bruce Campbell had it easy. He only had to fight an army. Jimbo takes on a whole fucking legion. Let's take a look at some of these assholes. We got zombies, skeleton guys, big fleshy piles that fought out maggots. No, really, look. That's 2 games now that I've played with gassy enemies, the other being Butthead from P.O.'d. Then there's Grim Reapers with mortar cannons, zombie punks on hoverboards, big giant-ass demon guys, creepy midget cherubs, and these half-naked chicks on floating rocks that try to rain puke on you. Fucking gross. Get away from me, you nasty bitch. Oh shit, she's still alive? There, now stay dead, you nasty broad. Alright, as you can see so far, the gameplay resembles Contra and other classic side-scrolling 2D shooters. But I'm only gonna show Contra footage because I'm lazy. You've got a few different gun power-ups like a rocket launcher, flamethrower, and of course, a spread-type gun. While we're talking about shooting, let me tell you about the controls. There's 2 types you can pick from, modern and retro. The modern setup maps your grenades and jump actions to the shoulder buttons and uses both the analog sticks. The left one for moving Jimbo, while the right stick allows him to shoot 360 degrees, making the game into a twin-stick shooter. This is the method I prefer, because Jimbo fires a lot faster since there's no attack button you gotta keep pressing. But I've discovered the twin-stick modern setup oddly robs Jimbo of the ability to crouch and shoot at the same time. He just kinda does this weird seizure walk, like Amagon does. Holy shit. Talk about a throwback. Seriously though, that's fucking retarded. He doesn't crouch, or shoot while crouching in the direction you want. He just fires straight down, like he's trying to blow off his own foot. Lay off the booze, Jimbo, you fucking lush. If you want to go old school, go with the retro controls. Your jumps and shooting are done by pressing the regular buttons, but you have to keep pressing the X button to fire your weapons, which can be difficult when you're surrounded, because you have to keep moving to fire at an angle. There's no button that lets you lock into place like in Contra 3. The retro style has one improvement over the modern control option. It lets Jimbo duck and walk at the same time. Alright, fuck this. My fingers hurt. Back to modern controls. The graphics are weird. They look like the shit you draw in your notebook during class in high school. I like it. The background music is pretty badass too. It's kinda got an old school Ministry, creepy industrial thing going on. Yee-hoo! I can dig it. The game only has 4 levels, but that keeps it perfectly paced. Again, like Contra 3. It's not too long or too short. If you have experience with the older shooters that this game is clearly influenced by, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting through it and fighting the bosses. Speaking of bosses, what the fuck is this thing? I don't even know how to describe it. A floating kidney with an eyeball shooting out armpit hair? I don't know, whatever. Okay, well, through the sorcery of editing software, I think I'm about to reach the final boss. Yep, here he comes. Let's go.
What the fuck is that? What the hell am I looking at? Oh shit, the face came off. Now it's getting real. It looks like that naked, fleshy orgy boss from Symphony of the Night. But inside its core is some creature using its tongue or intestines as a platform for the undead minions it keeps digging up to fight you with its fucked up arm. You know, that's actually pretty fucking creative. I gotta hand it to the developers, or singular developer, because this is an indie title, after all. It could have been made by a one-man team, right? I mean, not that I know anything about game programming and shit.
But there were full teams of developers working on LJN games back in the day, right? And then you've got Jimbo vs. the Legion of Darkness, a fun and decent video game finished with probably half the manpower LJN had. Yeah, I did it! I mean, we did it! Fuck yeah, Jimbo! Jimbo? Wake up! Forget it, you friggin' drunk. Well, there you go. Jimbo vs. the Legion of Darkness. An entertaining little son of a bitch.
Now, the good thing about this being a digital release is if you want to play it, just go ahead, download it right away from the marketplace. I think it's like $1. That's less than a cup of coffee.
No hunting down priced gouged cartridges. But one severe drawback to it being digital is you can only play this or other indie games on Xbox while your console is connected to the internet. What kind of fucked up bullshit is that? If you lose your signal at home during a blizzard or something, you can't play your purchased game at all. So eventually, if they ever shut down the servers on Xbox, I guess Jimbo will be lost forever. Somewhere inside the Matrix.
I mean, I would have gone out and grabbed this if it was on a cartridge or a disc or something, but oh well, that's the looming future of gaming, I guess. Oh, might as well watch the game's credits. Wow, either every single person in the world named Bobby Revere got together to make this game, or it was just the one guy. One guy? LJN, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You and your X-Men and your Jaws and your Friday the 13th and your Karate Kids. You and your Back to the Futures and your Nightmare on Elm Streets. Yeah, we'll get to those ones soon enough. They're on the list. Alrighty folks, that's all I got. Be safe out there, and Merry Christmas. Or whatever the hell you celebrate. I gotta go outside and shovel again, because it's pretty much like the Battle of Hoth out there. And Bobby Revere, we salute you, wherever you are.